tremendous amount of fun where you're listening on the radio at 96.9 FM, 1410 AM, WLAQ1410.com, or if you're watching the YouTube stream on the Big Blue Network. However you're reaching us tonight, we're just glad to have you along with us and very excited about some great high school hoops that we're going to have for you tonight. It's going to be a lot of fun. Well, we'll tell you a little bit about the first two teams that we're going to see play tonight. The Chattooga Lady Indians playing at home. Their head coach is Alva Beasley, and they are currently 7-4 on the season, 5-2 in Region 7 AA, averaging 53.4 points a game, giving up about 44.7 points a game. They have won 2 games in a row. They would win on the road at Gordon Central last week, 62-45, and then they would also win at Pepperell. So a couple of road victories in their last 2 games. Final score in the Pepperell game was 62-46. So this is a team that's really been building some momentum throughout the season. A young team, very talented, athletic team, a team that Model saw earlier in the season. We'll tell you more details about that matchup that happened earlier in the season when we move along throughout our pregame. But for the Model Lady Blue Devils so far this season, they are 8-8 overall, 4-4 in region play, averaging 45.9 points a game, giving up 46.1 points a game, and their last game was a loss. It was to Dade County. Highly contested game that kind of got away from them late in the game. They would lose that game 58-46 despite pulling within 5 points a couple of times there late in the game. Just couldn't get over the hump against a very good basketball team from Dade County, and that was a home game again, that they lost this past Friday evening. So that kind of brings you up to speed on where these two teams have been over the last week or so. We are going to take our first break here on the pregame and step out for a few minutes. When we come back, we'll talk about the first matchup between these two teams that took place back in December, and we'll do that after we take a break here on WLAQ and also the Big Blue Network video stream today on YouTube. We'll be back in a few minutes. Welcome back, everybody, to the Tribe Pride Arena here at the home of the Chattooga High School basketball teams, and we're fired up to be here with the Model Blue Devils tonight, and it's sure to be an excellent night of high school hoops for you here on the radio and the live video stream. If you can't make it up here this evening, super glad to be bringing you the story of tonight's games. And let's get back into talking about the matchup that we have for you. Before we went at the break, I mentioned to you that these two teams played earlier in the season. It was kind of an interesting scenario back on December the 11th, I believe, was when that game took place. We were supposed to have a girls and a boys game take place that evening. The boys game was postponed due to some quarantine issues, and I believe it's going to be played a little bit later on. We'll get the date on that for you and pass it along to you. Girls game did take place, and the Model Lady Blue Devils came up short in that game that took place right before the Christmas tournament, and the final score in that game was 53-35, and if memory serves me correct, Model gave them quite a game for a few quarters and then kind of ran out of gas, so to speak, there in the remaining quarter, and Chattooga was able to sort of pull away in that basketball game, again winning by 20. But I don't think that the score of that game is indicative of how that entire contest went. So it's going to be interesting to see tonight how these two teams match up, because I think that throughout the course of the season, both of these teams have been improving and getting better better from week to week and from game to game. So I'm really interested to see, again, what this matchup's going to look like the second time around. You always hope that you're playing your best basketball when you get towards the end of the season. So we'll see coming up here in just a few minutes, or about 8 minutes before we begin our first game of the evening. And one of the things that's kind of interesting, I was scanning down the Model Blue Devils basketball schedule for the rest of the way, and you blink and the season's already starting to wind down, because obviously we're here at Chattooga tonight. Then on Thursday, Model's going to be at Unity Christian School for boys and girls games. Also, the JV teams both will play that evening. Rescheduled game with Cartersville is going to take place coming up on Saturday, January the 30th. And then you'll have Pepperell and Gordon Central away games the following week to begin February. And then Fannin County, that'll be a home game on February the 9th. And guess what? Just like that, you blink your eyes, and it's time for the region tournament, which will be played this year, February the 11th through the 16th. And, of course, the location of that is to be determined. But what we see here tonight could go a long way in terms of where that may be played, particularly when you look at the boys matchup that's going to be taking place later on this evening, because you're going to have the two remaining undefeated teams out of Region 7AA squaring off in that game, and that's certainly a game that people have been looking forward to before the season even started. So definitely going to be a great night to be here tonight. Fired up about it, if you can't tell. And of course, we're going to continue to talk about the matchups as we go along here in our pregame. But we are going to take one more timeout here down the line on our radio broadcast, and we're going to send it back to the studio for a few minutes to our buddy Lynn, who will give us a commercial break, and then we'll come back and we'll start to give you the starting lineups and all those sorts of things and get you ready for the game to begin here inside Tribe Pride Arena on the Chattooga High School campus in Summerville, Georgia. We'll send it back to the studio for a few minutes. We'll come back with the starting lineups and more on WLAQ and the live video stream. We'll be back. I guess you can say tip-off, even though during the COVID era of basketball in the state of Georgia in high school, no tip-offs. The visiting team will open up the game on offense. So tonight, that's going to be the Model Lady Blue Devils. So they will get the ball and see if they can set the tone with their offense to begin the game. And we'll talk a little bit about, before we get going here in a couple of minutes, about the region and how things are shaping up in teams of Region 7AA. Just before the break, I mentioned that we're getting towards the end of the schedule, so there's not that many more games to go until you get to the end of the season, and we'll see how the bracket's going to shake up for the region tournament, which again will be played February the 11th through the 16th. Location to be determined. But in terms of 7AA right now, the top spot is held by Fannin County in girls, and they are 7-0 in region play. Day County is 5-2. Chattooga is also 5-2. And then Model is sitting at that number 4 spot at 4-4. So that's the top 4 right now in terms of Region 7AA. So we'll see how it goes over the next couple of weeks as the regular season begins to wind down and we get towards tournament time. And we'll keep you posted here on WLAQ and our broadcast, also on the video stream as well, when they were able to provide that. But we are just about ready to go inside Tribe Pride Arena. About 2 minutes until we begin our first game of the evening. And again, we're going to have 2 games for the price of 1. And to tell you a little bit about the boys matchup that is coming up this evening, it's going to be, of course, the Chattooga Indians hosting the Model Blue Devils. Both teams are the only undefeated teams now out of Region 7AA. Chattooga 6-0 in the region, 10-2 overall. Model is 7-0 and 14-3 overall. The Model boys are riding a 10-game win streak. So everybody's really anticipating that game tonight as well. So we've got 2 great games coming up for you as we go throughout the course of the evening. Definitely want to take this opportunity as we get ready for game time to thank the administration here, both basketball coaches, Coach Beasley of the girls team here at Chattooga, as well as Jared Gross, the boys coach at Chattooga, and of course Heathcock, who is the athletic director here. They've been really kind to us and very accommodating to allow us to come up here and do the radio broadcast as well as the video feed tonight. We certainly appreciate that. It has made our job a lot easier getting prepared to do the game and be prepared to bring it for you tonight. So just wanted to take the opportunity while we had it to thank them for giving us this opportunity. But we're about 30 seconds until time expires here in the warm-up period before the game. And after the game tonight, we hope that you will stay tuned for the boys game. After that, we'll get you back to CBS Sports Radio, and I'm sure they'll be talking a little bit about the, of course, Super Bowl, which is going to be coming up in a couple of weeks. We know which teams are going to be there, Tampa Bay and Kansas City, which really excited about that matchup coming up in a couple of weeks. But we are going to have the national anthem now, so we'll get the crowd mic turned up so you can enjoy that, and we'll get you ready for some basketball. Right, great job by the Chattooga band across the way here inside of the Tribe Pride Arena with our national anthem, and that means that we are ready for your starting lineups as we get ready to roll. We will start with the Model Lady Blue Devils visiting here at Chattooga High School tonight, and we will start with the head coach. Of course, Sally Eccles, been the head coach for a long time, had a tremendous amount of success. Number 12, Caitlin Twilley is in the starting lineup tonight, a senior. Number 14, Morgan Wood, a sophomore. Number 24, Montana Moats, a senior, had 23 points in the loss against Dade County the other night at Model High School. Number 32, Madison Moats, she is a senior, 5'6", and rounding out the starting five for Model tonight here in our first game, the girls' game, is going to be number 35, Abby Henderson, junior. Now we'll move on to the Chattooga Lady Indians playing here at home tonight. Head coach is Alva Beasley, and unless I'm badly mistaken, I believe Coach Beasley played his college basketball over at Shorter University. But we will start with number 2, Faith Ann Foster, a senior in the starting lineup. Number 3, Micaiah Parrish. Number 11, Seda Williamson, a sophomore. Number 13, Tia Dunaway, a junior. And number 21, Madison Hutchins, a senior. And that's the starting lineups for tonight. And I do want to mention that our broadcast, if I haven't mentioned this already, and we'll mention it several times throughout the night because we appreciate it very much, but our friends over at Mathis Trailers and Equipment Sales are presenting this broadcast tonight as they have all season long. So make sure to go see them at 3420 Kingston Highway in Rome, Georgia, or at their Leesburg, Alabama location for all your farm supply, tractor needs, and things of that nature. We'll talk more about that as we go along tonight, but we're underway. Model starts with the ball on offense. They're wearing their blue uniforms with white trim. They have black letters and numbers, and they turn it over on the first offensive possession of the basketball game. Faith Ann Foster's got it for Chattooga right now. We're just underway. Chattooga's in their white uniforms. Shot is up and in from Faith Ann Foster. First basket of the evening, 2-0. As Chattooga opens up the scoring. Morgan Wood across the timeline, dribbles off to her left. Ball is stolen away. Faith Ann Foster dribbled it out of bounds on the sidelines on the far side. And so Model's going to retain possession of the basketball, trailing 2-0. Model, again, in their blue uniforms. Chattooga in their white uniforms. They have some gray trim as well as red trim, red letters and numbers. Model with the ball, dribbling to the left side as Montana Moats picks up her dribble, fires it outside to Madison Moats. Now onto the right wing side to Twilly. No look there, so she'll dribble up to the top of the key. Feeding it down low to Montana Moats. Tries to get it towards the basket, and it goes out of bounds. So Model will retain possession, will inbound from the baseline underneath their own basket. 7 minutes to go first quarter. Chattooga 2, Model 0. Again, just underway from inside the Tri-Pride Arena. Madison Moats dribbles off to the left wing side, feeds it back up top. Gets it in the hands of Morgan Wood. Now they kick it out to Twilly. Twilly runs to the top of the key. Ball is going to be stolen away after an attempted pass. And a layup is missed on the other side by Chattooga. The putback, though, is going to go. And that was Micaiah Parrish with the basket, and it's 4-0. So a 4-0 run to start the game here for Chattooga. 6:30 left first quarter. Abby Henderson with the ball. Shoots a little too strong off the back of the rim. One and done trip for Model. Didn't get back quick enough on defense, and that provides an easy layup opportunity there for Chattooga. And Sally Eccles will call a timeout for the Lady Blue Devils. We'll do the same. 6-0 your score. Chattooga on top. 6:19 left here in the first quarter. We're going to step out for 30 seconds. We'll be back. And right off the inbound pass, a shot is missed by Model, and now Chattooga heads the other way with it. A pass off to the right wing side, picked off by Morgan Wood. She'll pass it on to Montana Moats, who quickly goes across midcourt, dribbles right into the paint, kicks it out to the left wing where Morgan Wood's there, fires it out to Madison Moats. Shot is up. That was going to be just touching the front of the rim, and a miss. Here we are on the other end, and quickly a missed layup there by Chattooga. And that'll be an empty trip there for the Lady Indians. Model's got the ball after the rebound. Madison Moats spins around, kicks it out the left wing side to Montana Moats. High arcing shot. It'll be missed from three-point range. And the rebound goes to Chattooga. Chattooga leading at 6-0, 5:30 left here in the opening quarter. Across the timeline goes Faith Ann Foster. In the game that took place between Chattooga and Model, well, we'll talk about it after this shot. Long shot's going to be missed. I was going to say that Faith Ann Foster had 10 points against Model the first time over at Woodard Gymnasium. Up top to Twilly. Drives into the paint. Tries to get the shot off, but the ball's pulled down by the Lady Indians. They'll pick it up. And running it down the floor is going to be Faith Ann Foster. She crosses the center court stripe. Sets up their half-court offense. They'll pass off the left wing side to Dunaway, feeding it inside. She turns around, shoots, and misses the rim. Ball is going to go out of bounds. Last touch by the Lady Indians. So Model's going to get the ball back, and you're going to have wholesale substitutions for the Lady Blue Devils. I think they're changing all 5 players, and a couple of substitutions for Chattooga. We'll try to tell you who's on the floor when we get a break in the action here in just a couple of moments and catch all the numbers. But inbounding the ball is going to be Shinholster. And she'll quickly take a pass back from Colburn. Colburn with it, feeds it up top to Ragland, who's on the floor. Now to the right wing side. And now they'll kick it off to Ragland on the low block on the far side, and she knocks down a shot. That's going to be the first basket of the night for the Lady Blue Devils, and that will stop Chattooga at a 6-0 run to start the game. Long three-point look. And that was Faith Ann Foster for 3. So the score is now going to be 9-2 in favor of Chattooga. Ball is going to be stolen away on the other end. Chattooga heads back the other way. Foster with a pass down low. Good job by Models. Number 22, Ansley Kugler, getting her hands in there and shutting down the passing lane in the paint. Ball goes out of bounds, but that was a great defensive play. Inbound pass goes to Foster. And she shuffles her feet, and that'll be a turnover for Chattooga after the traveling call. So Model's going to inbound the ball, trailing 9-2 here on the road inside the Tribe Pride Arena. We've played half of the first quarter. Colburn with it. She's at the top of the key, dribbles, and that'll be a turnover for Model. So the Lady Indians set to inbound the ball here from the near side on the sidelines, working from right to left on your radio dial. And Faith Ann Foster across the timeline. She's going to work her way to the left side, passes it to a teammate, Byers. Now back to Foster, down at the low block on the near side. They feed it underneath. Shot is up and missed. But going to the free throw line is going to be number 32, Nevaeh Morgan. Nevaeh Morgan, correction. So Morgan at the free throw line shooting 2. The first one's on the way, and it is no good. She'll get ready for her second. Checking into the game for the Lady Indians is going to be Micaiah Parrish, off one of the original starters who had taken a breather there for a couple of moments. Tia Dunaway checks out. Here's the next free throw. That one will fall. So she made one of the pair, and it's a 10-2, 8-point lead for the Chattooga Lady Indians over Model. Model goes on the other end. Kugler with it at the top of the key, picks up her dribble, passes on to the left side, around center court to Colburn. Now they work it around. They got it to Colburn on the right wing side now. Dribbles towards the baseline. Nice feed to Kugler and the finish. What a great move, great pass inside, and then Kugler is able to knock down the shot. That cuts it to 10-4. In favor of Chattooga. On the other side, miss a couple of baskets. Here's another shot, kind of a wild one, but she gets fouled, and it's going to go to the charity stripe. That is Nevaeh Morgan going to the free throw line. She's shooting 50%. Was there just moments ago where she made one of the pair of free throws. We're at the 3-minute mark of the first quarter. Chattooga 10, Model 4 here in the girls' game. Shot is up. That one's going to go off the back of the rim. Rolls out. And we'll get ready for the second free throw from Morgan. Dribbles a couple of times, ball's on the way, and that one is good. 11-4 your score. Chattooga on top by 7. Model with the ball. Kugler is going to pass it to Shinholster on the right wing. Back to Kugler, inside to Colburn. Well guarded. She'll dribble out to the right wing. Around the three-point arc, kicks it back up top. No look there, so Shinholster's got it. Dribbles in, feeds it back out. Creates a pretty good open look. That one's going to go off the front of the rim, and the Indians will get the rebound. Grabbing the ball was Ellie Martin. Across the timeline goes Foster, and into the paint. Kicks it back out. There's Byers for 3 and knocks it down. What a beautiful shot by Kaylee Byers. 14-4, 10-point lead for Chattooga. Kugler to Shinholster on to Colburn on the left wing side, goes to the top of the key. It goes off the foot of Kugler, keeps it in, but it ends in the hands of Byers for Chattooga. They go the other way. Foster with it, a shot from the free throw line. That one won't go. Here's the putback. That one rattles out. And Shinholster pulls down the rebound there for the Model Lady Blue Devils. We're under 2 minutes to play in the first quarter. Model trails by 10. Foster, after the turnover, picks up her dribble, shoots, and that was going to be off the back of the rim, bounces out. Now back to Foster. She'll put up a three, and this one goes off the back of the rim. They may get another look. Here's another jump shot after the turnaround. It won't fall, and finally the ball is going to be tipped out of bounds by Chattooga, and Model's going to get the ball. We've got some substitutions coming into the game for both teams. Rachel Burkhalter, Montana, and Madison Moats check into the game for Model. So right now for the Lady Blue Devils, you've got Ragland, Burkhalter, Moats, and also Kugler. Model with the basketball. They got it at the top of the key to Ragland. Ragland's going to feed it off to the left wing side over to Kugler, who drives in, shoots, misses. The putback won't go. And here come the Chattooga Lady Indians on the other side. Tries to heave it towards the basket. Ball goes out of bounds. Not enough contact for the officials to call a foul. So that'll be a turnover for Chattooga, and Model's going to get the ball back, trailing 14-4 with 1:13 remaining here in the first quarter of the basketball game. Across the timeline goes Rachel Burkhalter, drives to the left side, gives it to Kugler, now back up top to Ragland. Fakes, goes into the paint, and shoots high off the backboard, and it won't go, but Model gets the rebound. Burkhalter for three, and she drills it. Big time shot by Rachel Burkhalter. And now Model has cut the lead in half. It's 14-7 in favor of Chattooga. Now they need to get a stop. Here's the shot. It's going to be a miss. Ball is loose on the floor. It'll be picked up by Montana Moats. Moats will spin around, dribbles across the timeline. Now goes right into the paint, and ball is going to go out of bounds. She was trying to draw the foul, it looked like, but not enough contact to get the official to blow the whistle, and the ball just kind of sailed out of bounds. So Chattooga gets the ball, leading at 14-7, and they will work with the last 30 seconds of the first quarter. Long three-point shot, nothing but net. There is Tia Dunaway with a big-time shot. 3 threes from Chattooga here in the first quarter. Shot on the other end. Well, it doesn't matter. It was a miss, but she shuffled her feet and turned the ball over. So Chattooga's going to get the ball back with the last 19.1 seconds on the clock here in the first quarter, and a 10-point, 17-7 lead over Model. Chattooga across the timeline they go. With the basketball is Parrish. Parrish dribbles right. Dribbles between her legs, now makes a move towards the basket, backs up, shoots, and misses. Rebound taken by Burkhalter, dribbling over by the sidelines, and time expires to end our first quarter. So at the end of one, Chattooga Lady Indians 17, Model Lady Blue Devils 7. We will step out for a 1-minute timeout, and we'll be back on WLAQ and the YouTube stream on the Big Blue Network. We'll be back. All right, we're back here courtside inside the Tri-Pride Arena. Matt Davis, the play-by-play story for you tonight on WLAQ and also the Big Blue Network. Here is a shot from the free throw line. That'll be a make. there for Faith Ann Foster. Gets ready for her next free throw of the pair. Now Chattooga leading at 18-7 with 7:44 remaining in the first half. Second shot on the way. She'll knock that one down as well. So 2 in a row for Faith Ann Foster. She has 7 points in the game and leads all scorers so far in this one. Model with it on the other end. Twilly, kind of a wild shot high off the backboard, rebounded by Chattooga. Chattooga will bring it down the floor. Foster across the timeline, dribbles to the right side, dribbles between her legs, puts up a three-point shot, leaves that one short. Wood is there for the rebound for Model. So Model will pass it across the timeline, ball knocked loose. This should be a pretty easy layup here for Chattooga, and off the glass and in for Parrish. Her second basket of the evening. It's 21-7. So Model going to have to get a basket here on this possession, get a couple of stops so they don't let this one get out of hand. Twilly with it, picks up her dribble at the top of the key, gives it off to Madison Moats, now on to Montana Moats. She'll pick up her dribble, gives it to Madison, dribbles off to the left wing side, now back up top to Wood. Tight defense right now from Chattooga. Model is having a hard time finding some good open looks and opportunities on the offensive side in this game. And there's the shot, kind of wild, but it goes in there for Madison Moats, makes it happen, and she picks up her first basket of the evening. So 21-9 your score as Model tries to chip away at this deficit created by Chattooga shooting. Long three-point shot. My goodness, Tia Dunaway with her second three of the night. She's got 6 points, and now Chattooga up 24-9. To the right wing side they go to Madison Moats. Back up top to Twilly. Twilly dribbles left, passes it over to Wood. Now they work it around to Madison Moats. Now back over to Twilly. Fakes, tries to dribble in, kicks it back out. No look there, drives in, puts up the shot, won't go. And the rebound is going to go to Parrish and the Lady Indians. Indians lead at 24-9. They are 7-4 for the season, 5-2 in region play, and number 3 in Region 7AA. Foster with it. Foster at the top of the key, feeds it off to Parrish. Parrish is going to put up a long three. That one goes off the back of the rim. Long rebound for Montana Moats, who dribbles in, passes it to Madison Moats, shoots. That one won't go, but a little bit of contact there, and she's going to go to the free throw line. So an opportunity for Model to get to the free throw line and get some points with the clock stopped. 24-9 is your score. Chattooga on top right now over Model. It's our first game of the evening. Of course, we'll have a boys game coming up after this one. Here's the first free throw. That one's going to be back of the rim. Rattles out, won't go. Substitutions coming into the game for Chattooga. Checking in, you have Morgan and also Martin. Here's the next free throw from Madison Moats. That one won't go either. Rim not kind. Score remains 24-9 with 5:30 left here to go in the second period. So ball goes out of bounds on Chattooga, so we get ready for Model to inbound from the baseline on their side of the floor. They get it out to Madison Moats, now to Twilly, good, open three, and unfortunately it's not going to catch the rim, goes out of bounds, and Chattooga will get the ball back, leading at 24-9. Foster across the timeline to Dunaway. Dunaway dribbles up to the top of the key, feeds it out to Parrish. Now on to the left wing side. Foster goes in, gives it back out to Parrish. Wide open three, and that one won't go. Rebound is going to be taken by Martin. Martin to Foster. They get it inside, posting up and shooting, and missing were the Chattooga Lady Indians, specifically Morgan. Model gets the rebound. Montana Moats goes the other way with it. They try to feed it up top to Madison Moats, but one of the Chattooga Lady Indians got her hands in there, knocked it loose, and stole the ball away, but quickly turned it over. So we're going to see Model inbound the ball from in front of the scorer's table on their side of the floor, in between the scorer's table and Chattooga's bench. They get it into Madison Moats. She gives to Montana Moats, shoots in and out. And Model really, when they do have some looks so far in this game, kind of having a hard time getting the lid off the basket. Montana Moats is set to inbound the ball here for Model. 4:46 left to go in the first half. Chattooga 24, Model 9. That is your current score. Moats feeds it in, goes off the head of Burkhalter and goes out of bounds. So Chattooga's going to get the ball back. Chattooga's won their last couple of games. They won on the road twice this past week. 62-46 over Pepperell, and before that it was 62-45 at Gordon Central. Foul is going to be charged to Chattooga, so Model's going to inbound the ball from in front of their bench and work it down the floor. They give it over to Colburn, back up top to Montana Moats. Dribbles towards the paint. It's going to feed it off to Henderson. Long shot, not in three-point range. That one goes high off the rim, rebounded by Colburn. She's tied up, and we're going to have a jump ball. This time the possession arrow is going with Chattooga. So Martin set to feed it in for Foster with 4:19 left to go here in our opening half of basketball tonight at Chattooga High School. Foster goes across the midcourt stripe. Favors that left side, now works her way to the right, being guarded by Burkhalter. Burkhalter tries to chase her down. They pass it up top to Byers. Now back over to Foster on the right side. They get it inside to Morgan. Puts up the shot a little bit too strong. Kind of a line drive towards the basket. Ball is picked up by Moats, who quickly goes into the paint, shoots, and scores. That was Montana Moats, to be more specific. Her first basket of the evening, and a timeout is going to be called. So we'll do the same thing. Right now, Chattooga up 24-11 over Model. 3:51 left here in the second quarter. We'll step out for a 30. The timeout. Chattooga brings the ball down the floor. Foster with it in her hands, dribbling up to the top of the key. Pick is set for her, dribbles around it into the paint, feeds it back out to the left wing side, now onto the right wing, driving towards the basket. Now they kick it back out to Foster, puts up a three, and that was going to carry them off the rim. Won't go. And we're going to have a whistle and a push that's going to be charged against the Model Blue Devils. And going to the free throw line is going to be Madison Hutchins, her first trip to the charity stripe of the evening. Shot on the way, and she's going to miss the rim on that one. Gets ready for her next free throw. Abby Henderson checks out of the game. So right now for Model, you have Rachel Burkhalter, Kugler, also Montana Moats, to Maya Ragland, and Colburn is in as well. Shot is going to be missed both free throws. Rebound taken by Model. Here comes Montana Moats down the floor, drives towards the low block, and gets fouled. So it looks like we're going to see her go to the charity stripe. So Moats at the free throw line shooting 2. 3:21 left to go here in the first half. First shot on the way, and it rattles in. So Montana Moats gets ready for her second free throw. And it's on the way, and it goes in as well. So 24-13, 11-point lead for Chattooga as we move ever so closer to the end of the first half. 3:14 left to go in the first half. Byers with it, the top of the key, feeds it off to Parrish. She'll set up the offense for Chattooga, dribbles off to that right side. Byers comes back to the top of the key. They feed it to her. Now on to Foster. And a turnover is going to be called. So Model's going to get the ball back. The foul is going to be charged against number 21, Maddie Hutchins, for Chattooga. And taking the inbound pass is Rachel Burkhalter. Gives it back to Ragland on the left wing side. Over in the corner, driving towards the paint is Montana Moats. Back to Colburn, spins her way in, puts it up. Shot is missed. Hutchins pulls down the rebound. They pass down to Parrish. She'll go in, fake off a defender, shoots, misses. Her putback is going to go. Parrish, a really good player. She scored 12 points against Model the first time they played. Stolen away by Foster. They give it to Parrish, shoots, bounces around the rim, and goes in. So Parrish now has 8 points in the basketball game. A 28-13 point lead for Chattooga. They feed it to the right wing side to Tamaya Ragland. Ragland goes towards the paint, feeds it back out to the left wing, or actually out to the top of the key to Moats, who goes right towards the basket. And misses. Here comes Chattooga on the other end. Parrish with a jump shot. It's going to go. She's on fire. She's got 8 points here in the second quarter, 10 points in the first half. Timeout's going to be called by Sally Eccles and the Lady Blue Devils. We'll do the same thing right now. The home team leading at Chattooga up 30-13 over Model. We'll step out for 30 seconds. We're back inside the Tribe Pride Arena here on the Chattooga High School campus in Summerville, Georgia. 2:02 left to go here in our first half of play. Model Lady Blue Devils trailing the Chattooga Lady Indians. Currently the score is 30-13. Sally Eccles just called a timeout, try to rally the troops here before this thing gets any more out of hand than it already is. So let's see what kind of adjustments they've made. Shinholster passes it to Ragland. Ragland up top. They give it off to Moats over on the left wing side. They try to set a pick for her. They get it down to Kugler. The shot goes hard off the backboard, won't go, and the rebound's going to be taken by Chattooga. So the Indians come back the other way across the timeline as Foster passes it to left wing to Parrish. She's open for three, misses the rim. Ball is going to be, well, trying to keep it in bounds was Colburn, but she stepped on the baseline as she grabbed the ball, so unfortunately it's going to be staying with the Chattooga Lady Indians for the Model Lady Blue Devils' sake. Feeding it in is going to be Ellie Martin, who is in off the bench here for the Lady Indians. Lady Indians with a pretty dominant performance here in this first half of play. They get it into the hands of Foster. Foster up top, dribbles left, feeds it inside to Parrish. She'll post up, shoot, and score. Model is having a hard time finding an answer for Parrish. She's got 10 points in the second quarter, 12 points overall, and leads all scorers. Ragland on the left wing side. Picks up her dribble, the feed to Shinholster. Now back to Ragland over on the left wing. She'll dribble up top. We'll give the ball over to Maya Blanton. Blanton passes it over to Shinholster. Moats has got it. It's going to need some help, but nobody's there, and it'll be picked up by Chattooga. That'll be a turnover for Model. We're under a minute to play now in our first half. 32-13, Chattooga on top of the Model Lady Blue Devils. There is a jump shot. That one won't go. Rebound's going to be taken by the Lady Indians. They get it down low to Foster. Nice cut to the basket. Can't get the shot to go. And here's another shot from Chattooga. That one won't fall. They're going to get a third look, another shot, and that one is going to go. That was Ellie Martin with her first basket of the evening. 34-13, 26 seconds left to go. Chattooga over Model. Over into the left wing side. They get it down to Blanton. Drives towards the basket. Misses the rim. The ball rolls out of bounds, but it was, I think it was last touched by Chattooga. Now they're going to have to call Shinholster and a couple other Lady Blue Devils back down the floor. They thought it went out on Model, but it's staying with the Lady Blue Devils. So Moats will feed it in. Colburn off the inbound pass tries to shoot from the free throw line. It's blocked. And now Chattooga's got the ball with 10 seconds left to go in the half. Foster drives quickly towards the lane, shoots and scores. Pretty easy basket there for Foster. 36-13 your score, 1 second on the clock, and Model won't get a shot up before the end of the half. So a tough half for the Model Lady Blue Devils. Great half for the Chattooga Lady Indians. Right now the score at halftime, Chattooga 36, Model 13. We'll send it back to the studio for a 4-minute timeout down the line. 4-minute timeout on WLAQ. We'll come back with halftime totals after these messages on WLAQ and the Big Blue Network. boys game following this game, but we got a whole nother half to go, so let's run down the scoring there from the first half. We'll start with the Model Lady Blue Devils. You had 3 points off the bench for Rachel Burkhalter, knocked down a 3 in the first quarter. 2 points for Ansley Kugler. Tamaya Ragland came in off the bench, also had 2 points. You would have 4 points from Montana Moat. She'd be the leading scorer for the Lady Blue Devils there in the first half, and 2 points for Madison Moats. And that should total up to Models 13 points there in the first half. For the Chattooga Lady Indians, let me tell you, they were shooting at lights out there in that first half. Played really excellent defense, just a great first half of basketball for a very athletic team. But Faith Ann Foster would pick up 9 points there in that first half. 2 for Ellie Martin, 2 for Seda Williamson, 3 for Tia Dunaway, 3 for Kaylee Byers, 2 for Nevaeh Morgan. And then the leading scorer there in the first half was Micaiah Parrish, who picked up 12 points, 10 of those points in the second quarter. So when you look back at the scoring there of that first half, it was 14-7 in favor of Chattooga after the first quarter, but then Chattooga really put the foot on the gas there in that second quarter and outscored Model 22-6 in that second quarter, and so that's why the score right now is at 36-13 in favor of the home team tonight, the Chattooga Lady Indians. So we've got about 2 minutes and 45 seconds until we start our second half of play, so we're going to send it back to the studio at WLAQ for a commercial break. I want to thank our friends over at Mathis Trailer and Equipment Sales for making it possible for us to be here, and we'll send it back to the studio for a 2-minute break, and we'll come back with more basketball. The second half is forthcoming on WLAQ and the Big Blue Video Network. We'll be back. Less than a minute to go until we start our second half from inside the Tri-Pride Arena at Chattooga County High School in Summerville, Georgia. And really fired up about another half of the girls' game. And then, of course, we got the boys' game coming up in just a little bit. The Chattooga Indians and the Model Blue Devils finally getting the opportunity to square off. They were supposed to play on December the 11th. In 2020, but unfortunately that game did not take place, and I believe is rescheduled for a week or so from now. I got to get the details on that and let you know, but nonetheless they're finally going to get to play here in this series. So excited about that game coming up in just a little bit. But right now it's 36-13 as we start our second half. Abby Henderson puts it up. That one won't fall, but the rebound's going to go to Moats, who battles for it down low. The ball is tipped out of bounds on Model, and so Chattooga's going to get the ball with a pretty sizable lead here as we start our second half of play. Dribbling down the floor is going to be Foster. She goes across the timeline. And to Dunaway, down the left wing side now to Foster. Back up top to Dunaway, dribbles off to the right. She'll pick up her dribble and feed it out up top to Parrish, who's had just an absolute whale of a game, scored 12 points in the first half. Here's Foster, feeds it down low and shot and missed. Ball is loose, and it'll be kept inbounds by Chattooga after getting the rebound. Quick movement, opens up a three-point shot, going to leave that off the front of the rim. and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Montana Moats, the Lady Blue Devils. So it's going to be staying with the Chattooga Lady Indians with a 36-13 point lead. Official goes off to the scores table. They will change balls, and then we will resume play. The balls have to be sanitized. I don't know what the increments are, but pretty frequently throughout the game. So that's what they're working on right now with the one that the official just tossed to the scores table. As my scorebook goes down on the floor. You get that little technical difficulty worked out. Here's Wood. Steals it away, goes to the other end, tries to pass it across the lane to Montana Moats. She's able to chase it down. Here's a long three-point shot from Madison Moats. That one won't fall, and a jump ball is going to be called. The possession arrow is pointing towards Model's side of the floor, but the official pointed in the other direction. And now they changed it the other way. And if they leave it that way, that would indicate that Chattooga is going to get it twice in a row, which that's not making a lot of sense. But nonetheless, Chattooga's across the timeline with the ball. They pass it off to the left wing side. Now they fix the possession arrow. Now they get it to Parrish. There's a corner three. That's going to be off the back of the rim. Won't go. Twillie's there, grabs it. Now she heads the other way. Twillie's going to fling it down to Wood, and the ball is going to go out of bounds. Couldn't quite handle the pass. And a turnover for the Lady Blue Devils. To inbound the ball for Chattooga is going to be Williamson. Seda Williamson gives it to Foster. She goes across the midcourt stripe. Parrish on the left wing side. Dunaway's got it. She'll put up a three-pointer, and that one's off the rim, bounces high. Picked up by Abby Henderson, who feeds it down to Madison Moats. Drives in, gets blocked by Parrish, and gets knocked out of bounds. So Model's going to get the ball back. Parrish has been a matchup problem for Model all night. No question about it. So Montana Moats set to inbound the ball here for the Lady Blue Devils. They trail with 6 minutes left to go in the third quarter. 36-13 is your score. They get it out to Twillie. Twillie drives into the paint, puts it up. That one's a little too strong. Rebound's going to be taken by Moats. Won't get the putback. And the second shot, though, after her second rebound, is going to go. So Montana Moats has just put up her second field goal of the game. She's got 6 points, had a couple of free throws in that first half. 36-15 your score. Model trailing Chattooga here on the road. 5:35 left third quarter. Chattooga with the ball on their end of the floor, working from left to right. There's a jump shot from Foster, misses everything. Rebound's going to be taken by Madison Moats. Dribbles across the midcourt stripe, into the paint, shoots, and scores, and she's got an opportunity from the charity stripe for and one and a three-point play. So Madison Moats with a good drive there, getting the basket and also drawing the foul and getting to the free throw line with the opportunity for a three-point play. So big possession here for Model. Here comes the free throw shot. It is good, rattles in. And let's see if Model can build off of that shot and grab some momentum in this basketball game. It's been all Chattooga, no doubt about it, for the majority of this basketball game. Double dribble for Chattooga. So the Lady Blue Devils are going to get the ball back. So you just had a three-point possession with Madison Moats getting the basket, getting to the free throw line, knocking down a free throw, and then you get a turnover. So Model, if they can get a basket here and just start chipping away. They get it down low to Montana Moats. Here's the shot. That one won't go, but the rebound is going to go with Chattooga. Pulling it down was Morgan, and here they are on the other end. Parrish fakes the shot, starts to drive in. The ball is picked up by Morgan Wood. A turnover. They feed it down on an outlet pass down to Moats. Keeps it in bounds. Twillie tries to chase it down, and it goes out of bounds. So Model just having a hard time getting things in sync and in rhythm with the offense in transition. Getting a little bit out of control. Across the timeline goes Foster. They feed it off to the left wing side. Driving up to the top of the key. They get it to Dunaway on the right wing. Now on to Foster. Three-point look, and she buries it. Good-looking shot from Faith Ann Foster. She's got 12 points and ties the leading scorer of the game, Parrish, her teammate. 39-18, Chattooga on top. We're closing in on the halfway point of the third quarter. Twillie down at the low block on the near side, shoots, misses. Foster's there for the rebound as a player gets tripped up for Chattooga. And a jump ball is going to be called. This time possession arrow is going to be with Model. So Model gets set to inbound the ball, trailing by a score of 39-18 with 4:08 left to go in the third quarter. Model basketball on WLAQ tonight and the Big Blue Network, presented by Mathis Trailers and Equipment Sales, 3420 Kingston Highway in Rome, Georgia. Hometown of Branson Tractors. They also have Club Car, all kind of trailers and farm equipment. If you need any of that kind of stuff, you need to go see the Mathis family. Madison Moats going to the free throw line for the second time of the night. She's 1 of 3 from the charity stripe. First shot is up. She's going to miss that one. We'll get ready for the next free throw as substitutions come into the game. Checking in for Model is going to be Maya Blanton. Still at the free throw line is Madison Moats getting ready for her second free throw. On the way, going to leave that one short. I don't think that one caught in the iron. Ball goes out of bounds. Chattooga gets ready to pick it up and inbound the ball. Foster is going to fling it over to Parrish. Now back to Foster. Foster's being guarded right now by Tamaya Ragland, who chases her and gets caught between a pick. They go to the left wing side with a pass. Now over to Foster, puts up a shot, and it is going to be missed, but the putback is going to fall. That was Madison Hutchins with the basket, her first of the evening. 41-18, Chattooga on top. They get it out to Montana Moats for 3. Good ball rotation, but off the mark just a little bit. Bounces high off the rim. Goes off the back of the backboard into the hands of Chattooga. There's Foster. The shot won't go. Cole Burns there for the rebound, battling inside to grab it against the Chattooga player, and is able to get it. So good job by Cole Byrne. Now they get it down low. Madison Moats puts it towards the rack, and now it ends up in the hands of Montana, who knocks it down and cleans it up. So Montana Moats now with 8 points, and a timeout is going to be called. Chattooga calls the timeout. We'll do the same thing. The home team, Chattooga 41, Model 20, a 21-point Chattooga lead. When we come back, 3:04 left in the third quarter. We'll be back after a 30-second timeout. Chattooga works around a little pressure out of the timeout. Under 3 minutes to play in the third quarter, and a turnover, so Model's going to get the ball as it sailed out of bounds off the hands of the Chattooga Lady Indians. Bringing it up the floor, it's going to be Shinholster. Shinholster to Ragland, goes into the paint, shoots, and at a little too strong, goes off the front of the rim, but is stolen away after the rebound was taken by Chattooga. Model had the ball back, and a foul is going to be charged, I believe, to Parrish. Model not yet in the bonus, so they'll inbound the ball underneath their own basket to Cole Byrne. Drives in the paint, puts up the shot, too strong. Parrish is going to pull down the rebound, head the other way quick. Nice move, shot left off the front of the rim, won't go. But there to clean it up is her teammate Kaylee Byers, who picks up her second basket of the game and has 5 points. It's 43-20, a 23-point lead for Chattooga over Model in the girls' game. We're at the 2:20 mark here of the third period. Cole Byrne with it, picks up her dribble, passes it to Ragland on the right wing. They get it down to Cole Byrne, who had broke towards the basket. Now they get it out to Kugler. Kugler on the right wing to Cole Byrne for 3, and knocks it down. Good looking shot by Sydney Cole Byrne, her first basket of the game, and that's going to cut it to 20 points. 43-23, Chattooga on top. Under the 2-minute mark of the quarter, and Parrish on the other end gets those 3 points back in a hurry and knocks down an unbelievably beautiful shot. Nothing but net. Perfect shot. She has 15 points and leads all scores. Scores 46-23 in favor of Chattooga. Next game for Chattooga is going to be a road game at Fannin County. That's going to be on Friday evening. You'll have boys and girls games for the Chattooga Indians there. And that's a big game. Fannin County, we mentioned to you earlier in the broadcast, is 7-0 in region play in the girls standing. Shot up and in. And I hate to admit this, but I didn't catch who it was. Model cuts into the lead slightly. 46-25 is your score at the 1:20 mark of the third quarter. Dribbling with it is Foster. She'll go back towards the logo, now into the paint, puts it up. That one won't fall. Rebound's going to be taken by Colburn. She'll pick it up and head the other way, and quickly goes into the paint, tries to dribble behind her back. Ball gets loose. Attempting to keep it in bounds was Montana Moats, but the ball is going to go out of bounds, and so Chattooga is going to inbound the ball with a 46-25 point lead. Boys game shortly after this one. I believe there'll be about a 15-minute break in between games, and we'll get underway with that one. Under a minute to play here in the third quarter. Chattooga working it around the perimeter. Now they'll set up their offense at the half court. Foster drives towards the paint, goes in, shoots high off the rim, won't go, but she's going to the charity stripe after being fouled. So Foster going to the free throw line. They picked up. It's going to be a road game at Fannin County. That's going to be on Friday evening. You'll have boys and girls games for Chattooga. 40.6 left on the clock. Here's Foster's free throw. That one's nothing but net. She'll get ready for the second one. Foster now with 13 points in the basketball game. The leading scorer, though, for Chattooga is Micaiah Parrish. She's got 15. Next free throw on the way. That one's going to go off the back of the rim. And it looks like somebody stepped in the lane, so we're going to get another free throw here coming up from Foster. So Foster gets ready to shoot. On the way. Better ball rotation that time. She's able to knock that one down. And the score moves to 48-25 in favor of Chattooga. 36 seconds left to go on the clock here in our third period. Montana Moats feeds it out to the right wing side of Shinholster. Drives towards the low block. Shoots. Misses. Rebound's going to be taken by Chattooga's Aubrey Evans. And here come the Lady Indians the other way. Foster across the midcourt stripe into the paint. Nice move. And knocks it in. 11 seconds on the clock now in the third quarter. 50-25. 25-point lead for Chattooga over Model here in the girls' game. They feed it out. Wide open look for Ragland. Knocks it down. Big time shot for Ragland right there before the buzzer. And that is going to be the end of the third. So the score at the end of 3 quarters of play, Chattooga 50, Model 28. We'll send it back to the studio for a 1-minute break. We'll be back on WLAQ and the Big Blue Network. Here in the girls' game. They feed it out. Wide open look for Ragland. Knocks it down. Big time shot for Ragland right there before the buzzer. And that is Chattooga inbounds the ball to start our final frame. Chattooga on top 50-28 over Model here in the girls game. Foster's got it, gives it up top. There's a long three, going to miss the rim on that one, goes out of bounds, so Model's going to get the ball back. Leading scorer tonight so far is Faith Ann Foster. Hit a couple of free throws there towards the end of the third quarter. They gave her the leading score through 3 quarters. Right behind her is Micaiah Parrish with 15. So 16 for Foster, 15 for Parrish, the 2 leading scorers in the basketball game through 3. Ball goes out of bounds, so they'll give it right back to Chattooga. Leading scorer so far in the game for Model is Montana Moat. She'd pick up 8 points, I should say, through the first 3 quarters of play. Now Model's going to have the ball. So Montana Moat set to inbound the ball for the Lady Blue Devils. They'll get it into Twilly. Twilly on to Madison Moats, who will dribble towards the top of the key. Now they'll give it off to Montana Moats on the right wing. Drives in, kicks it out. There's Wood in traffic. Gets blocked, but also gets fouled. So we're going to see her going to the free throw line. Kaya Parrish picked up that foul. And again, Morgan Wood going to the charity stripe. This is her first trip to the stripe in the basketball game. Free throw on the way. That one is good. She will get ready for her second free throw. That's going to cut it to a 21-point game with 7:21 left. So let's see if Wood can cut it to 20. Shot on the way. That one's going to rattle off the rim. Won't fall. Rebound taken by Chattooga. They'll head back the other way. Foster across the timeline. She'll work her way back up towards the top of the key. Feeds it off to the left wing side. They get it to Kaya Parrish, who puts up the shot off the back of the rim. That one won't fall, but it ends up back in the hands of Parrish after a pass after the rebound. And Parrish gets fouled, so she's going to go to the charity stripe.
Foul number 32, Madison Moats.
That one won't fall,
but it ends up back in the hands of Parrish
after a pass after the rebound. And Parrish gets fouled, so she's going to go to the charity stripe. Pat her statistics a little bit off the front of the rim. It won't go. She'll get ready for her second free throw. Big boys matchup coming up between the Model Blue Devils and the Chattooga Indians. Both teams undefeated in Region 7AA. The only teams remaining out of 7AA undefeated in the region. Shot up and in for Micaiah Parrish. We're really looking forward to that game. I know a lot of people have for a long time. Going to get it out to Wood at the top of the key. They feed it to the right wing side to Montana Moats. Inside to Henderson. Turns around, shoots, misses, gets her own rebound, and she gets fouled. It's going to go to the free throw line. Great effort there by Abby Henderson, staying with it. Shot it, missed it, got a rebound, and got herself to the charity stripe. So an opportunity for Model to get some points here with the clock stop. Shot up. That one bounces off the back of the rim, but makes its way through. She'll get ready for the second free throw. That cuts it back to 21. So it's 51-30 in favor of Chattooga. We have 6:47 left to go in the game. So still some time here in the fourth quarter. Second free throw is going to go. And that's what you got to do. Get to the line, get the clock stopped, and get some free throws. Now we're back to a 20-point game. 51-31 in favor of Chattooga. They go to the left wing side, and Dunaway is going to pass it on to Foster. Thinks about the three, has a second thought, puts it up, rattles out of the rim, won't go. Next shot is going to be blocked by Henderson, but I guess she made a little bit of contact there, and we're going to have some free throws coming up for Chattooga on the other end. Seda Williamson going to the free throw line. Again, Henderson picks up the foul. We have 6:30 left, or 6:27 I should say, left here in the fourth quarter. Shot is up and in. She'll get ready for her second free throw. That's the third point of the night for Williamson. And Williamson gets ready for her next free throw. It's on the way, and that one's going to miss the rim. So it goes out of bounds. Model's going to pick it up and inbound the ball. Trailing this game 52-31, 6:23 remaining in the game. Madison Moats with it. It's going to feed it off to Montana Moats. Now on to Twilly. Twilly up at the top of the key. Twilly dribbles to the left. Ball is going to be knocked loose. Picked up by Chattooga. And the official is going to blow his whistle. So we're going to see Model inbound the ball here in just a couple of moments. As Montana Moats here from the near side is going to feed it into Madison Moats. Nothing open there off the inbound pass. They get it down low to Abby Henderson. She gets blocked, trying to get fouled, and the ball goes out of bounds on Chattooga. So we're going to see Montana Moats inbound the ball from the baseline under Model's basket here in just a couple of moments. We're almost at the 6-minute mark here of our fourth period. Model trailing 52-31. Montana Moats to feed it in, trying to find somebody to get it to, gets it into Henderson, backs her way in, and she will shoot, rattles off the rim, won't go. Rebound's going to be taken by Chattooga. She'll get it to Dunaway, crosses the timeline, feeds it off to the left side to Parrish, not in three-point range, but a long shot, and she makes it. So now Parrish has got 18 points, leads all scorers. Right behind her is Foster, who has 16. 54-31 your score. 5:40 left, final frame. Twilly on the left wing side to Moats. Three-point shot That one's going to be a miss. Picked up by Henderson. Ball's loose on the floor. Picked up by Parrish. She'll drive. Going to be guarded by Wood. Nice pass. And the finish from Nevaeh Morgan. But Parrish with that pass set it up. And there was nothing that could be done there. Madison Moats on the other end shoots, scores. He's got 7 points, and a timeout is going to be called. So we'll do the same thing. 5:13 remaining in the basketball game. Chattooga 56, Model 33, and we will step out for 1 minute. Chattooga over on the far side in front of their own bench. Now to Parrish here on the right wing. Three-pointer is going to be missed. Rebound's going to be taken down by Kugler. And here comes Model on the other end. They get it to Wood. Wood to Ragland. Ragland kicks it back out to Colburn. Colburn dribbles on the right wing side. Picks it up, back to Kugler. Shot, a three-pointer. It'll be missed. Rebound taken by Montana Moats, and she'll knock it down. So Montana Moats now with 10 points for Model. They'll cut it to 56-35. Chattooga still with a nice lead here as time wanes in our final quarter. Three-pointer from Foster is nothing but net. She now has 19 points. Leads all scorers in the basketball game by 1. Back out up top to Colburn. Won't shoot the three-pointer. Gives it to Kugler. Kugler back over to Ragland. Dribbles out to the right wing. Picks up her dribble. Passes it outside to Kugler. Now on to Colburn. Colburn picks up the dribble. Passes it over to Montana Moats. Down low to Colburn off the glass. Good sequence by Model on offense. And the finish there by Sydney Colburn. 59-37, 22-point lead for Chattooga. 3:48 remains in the game. On the left wing side is Foster. She'll feed it back up top to Morgan. Now they get over into the corner on the right wing side to Parrish and drills a three-pointer. My goodness, what a game that young lady's having. She had 15 points through 3 quarters, and now she's got 6 here in the fourth quarter alone. Long shot is going to go. And that was Ragland. And getting to the free throw line. So a 3-point opportunity. 26 left to go in the game. And the leading scorer in the game is Micaiah Parrish for Chattooga with 21 points. Behind her is Faith Ann Foster, who has 19. Here's the shot from Ragland. She'll knock it down and convert the three-point play. 62-40 is your score. Chattooga on top with 3:24 left to go in the game. Foster across the timeline. She's going to pass it over to Dunaway inside to Parrish. Parrish will dribble at the free throw line, kicks it out. There's a three-point look. That one's off the back of the rim. It won't fall. Rebound's going to be taken by Dunaway. She'll put it up, miss. Montana Moats is there for the rebound. She'll dribble across the center court stripe off to the left wing side. They kick it back up to Colburn. Fakes, kicks it out. There's Kugler, gives it out to Ragland, drives into the paint, shoots, rolls off the rim, won't fall. There for the rebound is Ellie Martin for Chattooga. Foster's got it. Now on to Dunaway. Dunaway on the right wing side. Foster breaks toward the basket. They pass it inside to her. Shoots, misses. Colburn is there for the rebound. Passes it towards Morgan. It is deflected out of bounds by Dunaway for Chattooga. So Model's getting set to inbound the ball after a round of substitutions are made. Into the game now for Model. Briley Sims, who's about to inbound the ball. She'll feed it into Kugler. So you got Sims, Kugler, Ragland, Burkhalter, and then also Blanton on the floor for Model. Model with it on the right wing. Burkhalter is going to fling it towards Sims, and it goes out of bounds. So a turnover for Model at the 2:28 mark of the final quarter. Chattooga on top 62-40. And to tell you a little bit about the size of the crowd that we have, I'd say over on the home side, which is on the opposite side from where we're sitting, I'd say we're about maybe 75% full on the home side, about 45 to 50% here on the away side, the Model side. Foster with another basket. She has 21 points, so now 2 players for Chattooga with 21 points. Ball is going to be stolen away on the other end. Nope, going to be picked back up by Model, and we will have a jump ball. Possession arrow stays with the Lady Blue Devils. Almost to the 2-minute mark here of the final quarter of this basketball game. A couple subs coming into the game. Parrish will check out. Dunaway checks out. Checking in for Chattooga, you have Tiana Scales. Now let me see if I can pick up the other one. I think it was Aubrey Evans. Yep, that's who it was. Model set to inbound the ball. They get it in to Jenna Henderson, who's in off the bench. Ball loose on the floor. It's going to be picked up by Faith Ann Foster of the Chattooga Lady Indians. 64-. And, at this point in time, it's a matter of what the final score is going to be. Across the timeline goes Foster. Foster dribbles left, now back up top. Goes off to the right wing, kicks it out. There's a long three-point attempt. That one's going to rattle off the rim. Rebound is going to be taken by Chattooga. And the putback, or the shot, is going to be good. I think that was Seda Williamson with the basket. No, it was actually Scales. Scratch that, it was not Williamson, it was Scales. Model with the ball. Put that in the right spot there. Ball stolen away. Should be a pretty easy layup there for Williamson, off the glass and in. And it is. So she got a basket after all. 68-40 is your score. 28-point lead for Chattooga. And right now we're officially at the 1-minute mark of the game. Model with the ball up top. Henderson is going to feed it off to Blanton. Blanton at the low block here on the near side. Kicks it back out to Sims. Sims from the free throw line. Shot missed. Ball loose on the floor, and it's going to roll out of bounds on the baseline. Last touch by Model, so Chattooga's going to get the ball with 45.1 seconds left to go in the game. Leading it here at home 68-40, looking to sweep the season series. Regular season series. Across the timeline goes Foster. Foster dribbling, 30 seconds to go in the game. Chattooga leading at 68-40. Foster's going to hold it right around half court. Trying to take away the remaining moments. I would not suspect that Model will elect a foul at this stage of the game, down by 28. Scales with it. They get it inside. Driving towards the basket. Ball's loose. It'll be picked up by Model. Driving down the floor they go. And into the paint. Sims. Ball's loose. Henderson back up top. Burkhalter shoots at the buzzer. And it goes off the back of the rim. So your final score tonight after our first game, it's going to be 68-40 in favor of the Chattooga Lady Indians, more or less dominating all 4 quarters of that basketball game. So again, final score, Chattooga 68, Model 40. The girls' game is finished and 15 minutes on the clock. As soon as they start that, we'll be about 15 minutes between games, and we'll get ready for the boys' game coming up in just a little bit. So it looks like we're going to get that game started just about at the regularly scheduled time. So we're going to send it back to the studio for a few minutes. We'll come back and run down the scoring from our first game. You're listening to high school basketball tonight, presented by Mathis Trailers and Equipment Sales on WLAQ 1410 AM, 96.9 FM, WLAQ1410.com, and also the Big Blue Network video stream. We'll send it back to the studio for 4 minutes. We'll come back with the scoring from our first game and more when we come back on WLAQ. We'll be back.